Andrew Cunanan ass niggas, my two cannons.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Jay Coffee Talk back again with another video for you guys. So check this out, man. I just did this video. It was like a movie review. Check that out, guys. Review, reaction, whatever. I enjoy doing that kind of content as well. But there was another, docu-series that I watched recently that I wanted to speak on. Like, not just the docu-series, what it's all about. That was fucking crazy, man. And that was the assassination of Giani Versace, right? Now, I want to start off by saying that shit, I don't know if anyone watched it, some really fucking creepy, strange, like freak you the fuck out parts in that docu-series. I watched it with my girl. She's, very into true crime. But man, there's some bugged out shit in there, man, that freaked me the fuck out. But what I wanted to really get into was the actual, Versace getting killed, Andrew Cunanan. I remember that when I was growing up. I remember that happened. Like as soon as I seen the assassination of Giani Versace, like on the screen and everything. And actually, prior to it coming to Netflix, I had caught part of an episode when I was traveling and in South Carolina. When I was in the hotel room, just turn the TV on or whatever. But right away, as soon as I seen it, I totally remembered, Andrew Cunanan killed him. He killed himself. Like, that's what I remembered. And I remembered just, he was like a deranged fan who was just like obsessed with Versace and killed him. Excuse me. So I was totally unaware of the fact that Cunanan killed 4 other people. Like, I had no idea that this dude killed fucking 5 people. And what really blows my mind, like, can you believe, right, that this guy, he killed them first 2 people, that it was actually like, a personal thing. I mean, I guess his third victim was like a personal thing too, which, I don't know, it's all bugged the fuck out. But I'm saying, like, those first 2 people, I always say this sometimes when I'm speaking about a crime or where someone kills someone. I say, when I say I get why they killed them, it doesn't mean that I get it or I sympathize with it or it's justifiable. I'm saying I understand how someone's emotions could get them to react where they kill someone. Like, I see what their motive was. I don't think it's right. You know what I'm saying? Or anything like that. But I'm saying, I get it. This dude was jealous. He was in love with these motherfuckers. He was jealous that they were hanging out with each other. He killed them. Okay, I get that. As I said, it ain't right, but that I get that. The next dude, he just went and killed him and robbed him. I don't know. And then the 4th victim, just, I don't know, he wanted the dude's car. And, you kind of thought that he was just going to rob him and he was going to let him live. Like, he was going to lock him up somewhere so that he could just take his car and he killed him. But, I don't know. Like, he didn't need to kill that guy. And, of course, Versace. Like, I just don't, like, there was no reason to kill Versace. But, man, like, it's just crazy to believe. Like I said, I come into watching this remembering Cunanan killed Versace, Cunanan killed himself. I did not know this guy killed 5 other people. So I guess he's considered a serial killer. I've heard him referred to as a serial killer and a spree killer. But it just was nuts that this guy, once he killed them first 2 people, he was on the run. Like, he killed the first 2 people, took their car, killed the next guy, took his car, which they were pinging him off that next guy's car. Because there was this is back, the cell phones weren't around like they are now, but there was a car phone in there. And even though he didn't make cars, the phone emitted a signal when the car was turned on. So they were able to ping him, and they had an idea where he was at. And they show on the documentary that detail got leaked to the press, and then got put out, through the media, reported. was out in the news in Cunanan heard it and ditched the car. So they could have caught, like, whoever leaked that out, man, they fucked up. So much shit. There's always leaks to the media by somebody, in different stories. There always seems to be a leak more often than not, it feels like. But, man, that's like whoever leaked that, like, that was foul because more people lost their life. Like, they could have been a lot greater chance they would have caught this guy because he would have continued to ping. You know what I mean? They would have tracked him and got him. But isn't that nuts though? He and then after that guy's car, he found that out. He ditched that car, robbed a guy in the cemetery, stole that car, and made it to Miami. And they're looking for him, the feds and everybody. He's on America's Most Wanted on a fucking road trip across America. Fucking crazy. Insane. I believe he went from San Diego to Miami, but he looped up towards New York, I believe, and then went down to Miami. Like, that's just bananas to me that he was able to do that and not get caught. And then he's in Miami for quite some time. They know he's there, and they still can't find him. And like later in the documentary, and that's another thing too, I want to pause and say real quick. With these docu-series, docudramas, whatever, constantly like a disclaimer pops up on the screen saying that, this movie is, or this show, whatever you want to call it, is based on facts. They weren't there, so they can't substantiate everything. But, there's interviews, there's evidence. Like, they piece together a story through that. But there's certain things, you know what I'm saying, when you see, like, certain things that, like, it fucks with your mind because you're watching this also. You're kind of taking it in as it's all fact. But I'm saying there's just no way, like, certain conversations or different little things that he did or whatever that they can't really know. You know what I'm saying? They can piece together a timeline of what he did. But I'm just saying there's certain details that they can never for sure know. And you're seeing it. And, you got to keep thinking to yourself, like, yeah, there's no way they would know this. How the fuck would they know that? They weren't there. You know what I'm saying? There's certain things that it's just if you weren't there, you wouldn't know. You know what I mean? And then, sometimes we don't know how credible, witnesses' stories is too. You know what I'm saying? People, period. We know they embellish on the truth. They sometimes flat out lie. They change things up. They remember it different, whatever, etc., all that. But anyways, they knew this dude was in Miami and couldn't find him. And later when they caught that guy, that, there was some dude, if you remember, he was staying in like a hotel or motel. It was crazy because it looked like it was on the beach, like it would be, like a lot of money to stay there. But then at the same time, it was like people were living in there and it almost looked like more like a boarding house type joint, where people rent rooms and there's like shared bathrooms or something. You know what I mean? Like it looked like the slums, but it also looked nice. It was strange. But anyways, it was some other dude and, they went out and fucking Cunanan was tricking with old men and smoking crack with this guy and everything. And apparently the police questioned this guy. He said he didn't know him. Then later, they found out, that he was lying. And he was like, oh, he told me a different name. But when he was talking to the police, the feds, I'm sorry, he flat out was like, yo, he wasn't hiding. Like, we were going outside. We were going, you know what I'm saying? Like, dude was all over the place. And it just blows my mind, from me not having any clue that this guy killed anyone else other than Versace, to the fact that he killed 5 people and went on a road trip doing it. It's just bananas that he was able to get away with that and not be caught. It's insane, man. Today's day and age, you got to figure he would have been caught. You know what I mean? Who was that guy that killed that old man on Facebook? Facebook Live or whatever, a year or two ago. That one black dude who was like from a fraternity. He worked at, I don't know. You guys know what I'm talking about, though? We killed that old man, and then he went on the run, and they, tracked him pretty quick. He ended up killing himself also, I believe. A lot of these people, it's like, man, you can go out and just kill people in cold blood. Well, I don't know if that's considered cold blood, but I don't know. You could go out and murder motherfuckers, but you can't face that time and go to jail. You know what I mean? But yeah, man. Getting back to the whole Versace thing, as I said, that shocked me. The whole story, you know, that I didn't know originally, and then what a I don't know, man. Like, what a fucking, just a strange, weird dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, this dude was a male escort. This dude was, like, getting with old men like a gold digger does. You know what I'm saying? You know, gold digging female gets with, like, rich old men. This dude was doing that. He was selling meth at one point. He was just involved in a lot of different shit. You know what I mean? Like, this guy was all over the place, and he was fucking nuts, man. Very, very strange dude. And, you know, another thing, as I was talking about with the docuseries, the way that these movies are and shows are made, certain things play on people's emotions. So they jump around in the storyline a lot. Now, let me pause for a second. Anyone who's seen this or just, you know, is familiar with the case, please comment, guys. As you know, the whole basis of J Coffee Talk is for you guys to get in the comments and we talk about it. You know what I'm saying? We chop it up, we shoot the shit. That's what we do. And that's what it is. So they show his father when he was a kid. His father was like abusive to the mom. His father was a stockbroker stealing money. He was from the Philippines. He was in the Navy. He served in the military, became an American citizen, and was living the American dream, had the family, but he was up to no good, you know, stealing money from old people, scamming people, selling fake stocks, all kind of shady shit. But when the charges came, you know, he knew they were looking for him. He bounced to the Philippines and never came back. And he was abusive to the mother, as I said, and he was really strange with Andrew Cunanan. Overall, the kid, like, he treated him like a king and treated the other kids like really, really bad. It was fucking very, very odd, you know, that he treated that kid like that. I don't know, you know, I'm adopted later in life within the family, and, you know, I never got treated equal. I'm not whining and crying about it on here. I didn't have a fucking horrible life, but it just wasn't the same. I wasn't their child. But you know, for someone to, like, those are all his kids, all four of them, and he only treated Cunanan right, you know. But yeah, he bounced to the Philippines. But what I was trying to say is, like, with these docuseries, that whole, when they're showing that part of the story, him with his father and his father running off, and, you know, he comes home one day and his dad's running from the police and has to take his car that he bought at him to get the fuck up out of Dodge. It's like meant to make you feel sympathy for this guy, but it's like, fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? That there is no sympathy for this guy. This guy killed a lot of people, you know. And let's get into the whole Versace, you know, because he's the main you know, part of this. But really, you know, the show is more like a biopic of Andrew Cunanan than, like, Versace. Don't get me wrong, they do show some shit about Versace, but they know, in not even close, they don't go in about Versace the way they do Cunanan in depth, you know, showing you their life. So, and oh yeah, Ricky Martin plays Versace's boyfriend. And yeah, I knew that was Ricky Martin. He looked a little different, but anyways, so excuse me, guys, just hit my vape. This a little bit longer of a video, you know. Let me get in the comments also and let me know if you guys like this style of video where I'm kind of more talking, like more like a podcast. You know what I'm saying? I have my other podcast channel, but that's going to be more interviews. But I don't know. Anyways, so when so Versace. First off, before I talk about him getting killed, Versace, you know, and I was unaware of this. I did a great deal of research after this. Versace was very, very cool dude, man. Like, he went around, he had the, you know, he was obviously Italian from Italy, and he had the crib in Miami Beach, but he walked around with no security. He was like, if someone said hi to him, he would say hi back. He would shake your hand. He was not stuck up. He was not arrogant. He didn't have a huge ego. He was a very, very down-to-earth dude and was, like, very beloved. And also, I think part of it was the fact that he was, like, openly gay back in that time. I mean, I could be wrong, but I believe he was, like, very well respected in the gay community because, you know, he was, like, such a successful dude and he was accepted, like, people accepted that he was gay. But, anyways, you know, it said there was a lot of celebrities too who were cool with Versace. Tupac was cool with Versace. The Queen, Princess Diana, I believe, was very, very upset when Versace died. But yeah, Versace's clothes, like in the hip hop industry, were very, very popular. So, anyways, let's continue on. Yeah, he was real cool, as I said. So, this is where what's very strange about it, though. They show in the documentary him meeting Versace, right? They show a couple different parts where he meets Versace. But they also show that this guy was like a pathological liar. No one ever believed anything he was saying. He constantly made shit up. You know what I mean? Like, so it's like, you're like, did he fucking kill like, what's the deal with Versace? Like, did they meet or not? You know? Because originally, I ain't gonna lie, I always thought, as I said, originally, growing up, I knew he killed Versace. I didn't know he had other victims. I always thought it was like they had some kind of relationship, and Versace didn't want to fuck with him, so he, you know, got obsessed and or you know what I mean, and was like scorned or whatever and killed him. But in the show they show that, and then they show that he was a liar, and they show him telling people constantly all this stuff about Versace, that he worked with him. That's false, obviously, and even in the show, they show it's false, that he never worked with him. So, that's the big debate, though, is like there's people who claim, like, that back up a story of them meeting, but then, you know, they just don't know for sure if they ever met, and Versace's family, like, heavily denies it to this day, you know what I'm saying? With good reason, you know, like, they just, I'm sure, don't ever even want to hear that fucking guy's name. But yeah, man, it was just a real crazy story, guys, real crazy. If you guys you know, seen it, let me know. If you didn't see it, I recommend you go watch it if you're into, like, crime dramas and things of that nature. As I said, there's some weird ass shit in there that might make you feel creeped out and kind of uncomfortable, but it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? Just bugged out, man. The dude truly was a fucking psychopath. What a fucking nut he was, man. But that's all I really got, guys. I just wanted to talk about this and see, you know, if anyone else seen it. Let me know what you guys think. As I said, not just the show, the case, anything you want to add about it. Let's talk about it in the comments, guys. As always, it's an open thread, so let's get that going. Let's get that conversation going. Thanks for watching, guys. It's Jay Coffee Talk. As always, please hit that like, hit that subscribe, and that notification bell. Help my channel grow. As I always say, I blog sports, music, news, life, and more. This is more. You know, TV shows, movies, different things like that. Although this does tie into the news, not current news, current events, but, you know, this was a pretty big news story. And thanks for tuning in, guys. Look forward to hearing from y'all. I'll catch you guys on the next one. It's Jay Coffee Talk. Peace.